to Thursday, the 3rd of November. If you look at the markets across the African continent as we continue to go into the first week in the new month, you find things turn a little bit negative for those exchanges that were covered on a daily basis for you, with the exception of the Nigerian exchange, which went up 1.23% on the back of roughly 9% gain by the Dangote Cement, the largest company listed on the Nigerian bourse by market cap. That lifted the stock index back to 44,000 level yesterday. We also crossed a little bit into 25 trillion naira in local currency for equity capitalization. The rest of the markets were naturally negative, 0.25% down for the markets in BIVM. That's a composite. The EGX, after rallying from Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, fell back Thursday, Wednesday, 1.67%. The Nairobi was down by 0.5%. And the GSC, the biggest exchange on the continent, down by 43 basis points, but holding the 67 level there when the markets closed in South Africa. So let's get on straight to the big stories across the East African corridor. Shelter Afrique has given about 25 million US dollars in loan to Landmark Africa, which is one very big real estate company doing a whole housing estate and all of that in Lagos, Nigeria's economic and financial capital. In the DRC, there's the opening of the BIAC's liquidation, which is saving the savers in the particular bank, while Rwanda's September producer prices rose 13.1% on a year-on-year basis. That's the latest economic data in. Ethiopian Airlines had been praised for being a very good ambassador of the African continent and launched a direct line between Zurich and Addis Ababa, the center of Europe. Ethiopian Airlines is making further inroads and increasing its flights into other African countries, including Nigeria. And banks have been ordered to invest 20% of their loan book in Ethiopia state bonds. That came through with the authorities in Addis Ababa on the back of the ongoing financial markets, banking sector reform within the country. And Mauritania and Ugandan local currencies were the best performing in the month of October in Frontier Africa. Let's keep those the headlines in mind. Let's move on quickly and check in with West Africa, where the Dangote Cement pulled the market back yesterday. We're going to see today and the rest of the week till Friday whether that will continue to hold. But top global bankers are expecting markets to stay turbulent. That's the news across the world yesterday. Major markets from Goldman Sachs to Morgan Stanley expecting the market turbulence to continue. The stock market on Wall Street fell yesterday on the back of, came down yesterday on the back of the latest 75 basis point hike in Fed fund rate by the US Fed. Those announcements were made yesterday evening by Jerome Powell, the Fed chairman. Asian markets are starting this Thursday. Today also a bit on the back footing. Today we're expecting the Bank of England to decide on interest rate direction as well. And Glencore, the news already in everyone's eyes. Glencore, one of the world's largest trading resource companies, was accused of using private jets to distribute bribe money across the African continent, including oil-producing countries in West Africa such as Niger and Cameroon. That's according to the UK Serious Fraud Office, by the way. And Ghana is looking to ban foods and products that could be produced locally. Now, that sounds familiar. If you remember the 41 items that were listed by the Central Bank of Nigeria back in 2016 and what you called restricted items that you not bring into the country because of the economic recession. Now, Ghana is facing very tough, nail-biting economic and currency problems and financial crisis as well, with the whole assurances going from President Nana Akufo-Addo that bondholders will not lose value if they go ahead with talks with the IMF, which is expected to continue in the next couple of weeks. Africa Investment Forum Markets Room opened yesterday. It's a 3-day event finishing off tomorrow, the 4th of November. The president of Zimbabwe, Emerson Mnangagwa, the president of Ghana, Nana Akufo-Addo, the president of Ethiopia were all in attendance yesterday at the opening plenary. The opening address given by President Akumi Adesina is a deal room event every year held under the auspices of the AFDB group. In Southern Africa, the country will need about 5% steady expansion to cut unemployment. That's according to the deputy governor at the South Africa Reserve Bank, while Sasol is offering about 14 billion rand in bonds, in dollar bonds to investors, while the EU has signed 6 financing agreements with Mozambique, while Dis-Chem Pharmaceuticals is the second largest pharmaceutical pharmacies running company stores in South Africa, listed on the GSE, posted headline earnings per share up by 44.3%. Interim dividend coming to shareholders will be 28.1 cents. On the back of that, acquisitions on baby stores from baby pharmaceuticals and baby products that were done just a few years ago by Dis-Chem, stepping out for the first time out of running drugstores in South Africa. So let's look into North African market. What's making the headlines this Thursday? Italy says it's allocating 10 million euros for cooperative projects with Egypt, while Morocco's automobile exports was up roughly $7 billion in the month of September. And the Black Sea Grain Initiative, Morocco says it's received 12,700 metric tons of supplies as Russia began to back down from the initial thoughts that it will go out of the deal with Ukraine, allowing Ukraine to export wheat out of the Black Sea region. And Egypt's aluminium first quarter 2022-2023 numbers, unaudited net income came in about 2.10 times. That's roughly 643 million Egyptian pounds. Top of quarter 3 earnings that we're still getting across a number of listed companies on the continent. That's your Frontier opening bell. It is Thursday. Have a great day, everyone. I'll see you next time. Go on video on our online and check our videos again on our YouTube, Frontier Africa Reports. You can subscribe. It is free. Go on our website, frontierafricareports.com, and check us out on all the social media platforms. I'll see you next time.